like it's not really until you've got like 50 employees and above that you would have executives that are just commanding troops and doing, zero implementation and zero frontline management. Right now, you're right. You're in that kind of like middle space where they're expected to have a little bit of executive input on the business, like that they're really up here, in the Div 1, which is like coordinating the strategy of the business and implementing processes. But they do also need to spend a little bit of time like managing the day-to-day of their teams that are under them, and also like getting shit done a bit with the projects. But ideally, they're pushing down, a decent amount of that project work for their underlings to help them actually get done. Correct. Yeah. You don't have the person who can be like your filter when you've got ideas and like you're off in vision land. You're going to be months or years ahead of them, and I don't worry, I understand that struggle. Um, they taking one very quick step back, they do need to do two things. So they need to manage their business as usual. They need to manage business as usual. When shit comes up, they've got to fix it, process improvement, yada yada yada, the stuff that they always do. And then you've got your strategic projects that you're saying, okay, this quarter or this season, this is what we're attacking, and this is what we're doing. So they do need to manage those things. Business as usual stuff can still come up in the weekly at the start of the week, and can still come up in the retro at the end of the week. That's pretty straightforward. But the strategic projects do need to be done. They do need to be executed. And that's why for each area of the business, really only one or two strategic projects per season, right? Yeah. So yes, if you had that person in the middle, they would be able to like run the troops and give them the support they need to actually execute things. Because you're off in Founderland, you're off in Vision Land, right? You're not actually allowing the troops time to catch up. So you need that person, like the general, kind of running the troops to let them catch up. But also, you're probably putting them in a little bit in the red just with the number of projects that you've got going to. So maybe even taking a bit of stock on them and going, okay, which one could we pause till next season or next quarter, or maybe slow down on, or which one, could we triage? I think we may have mentioned that in our pit stop. That would be a good idea, just to like take the accelerator off just a little bit on them, let them like have a bit of a breather. That's otherwise you'll cook them. They'll burn out or they'll leave. It's so funny. Like I'm here telling you guys this, and then I'm calling Scott. And I'm like, "Why isn't this happening faster? A year to build a website?" Well, you don't have to have someone in training if you've got everything documented and in videos, and they can just send someone to a Google Classroom and someone works their way through the Google Classroom. However, I do know that you're in scale mode, so you'd probably want to have someone pretty much doing full-time recruiting, and that would be two people in HR. Yeah. So, that we call it the Empower team. They do the HR, the recruitment, the culture stuff, organizing, games, days, activities, and blah blah blah. The one-on-ones, the crisis management, this person's had something happen at home or whatever. Just and keeping tabs on everyone. They do a lot of stuff there, and they had 3 people previously, but we were able to pull that down to 2. Now we've got the systems pretty tidy.